Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you are subscribed to my other channels, Queen Spirit 1126 and Answers by Queen Spirit. All right, we're doing 5 digits. We got ones. We already got 5 ones, apparently. Threes. I don't believe we got 5 threes. Okay, so we're going to do 3 next because that is popping out. So, what's next? So, we got 33 in reverse. You got these threes turning their back on each other. So, we need one more. Interesting that 33 came out. Got another 33 here. And then we got 3. Okay, so we got 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Wait, I'm doing 4 digits, right? So, like, yeah, let's leave that. Sorry, guys. That's my bad. I forgot. 5 digits, not yet. 4 digits right now. All right, so we're doing 33 and then 3 and 3. And like I said, these threes really look like they're turning on their back on each other. Miscommunication. There may be an instance of not wanting to communicate, just being like, forget it, I'm done, right? Walking away, moving away. Okay, so 33 is about our skills. 33 is all about our skills, how we communicate them, right? So you have 2 digits here, where is 2 is the number of connection, spiritual connection mostly. So these are gifts that are given to you by spirit that are not being communicated correctly. All right, so right now, if you're seeing 3333, then this is a sign that spirit is telling you to get your shit together, to start believing in yourself, to stop doubting yourself, right? So four with all the 4, if you're seeing 4-digit numbers a lot, then that is definitely about foundation, creating a new foundation. In this case, it is with your skills. So what this feels like to me is it could be like some kind of job offer. It could also be like you enhancing your skills to start your own business, enhancing your skills to get clients, or whatever the case may be. But whatever it is, it's supposed to build a new foundation for you. Okay, let's pick some trinkets, y'all. Ooh, elephant. Elephants and owls are my favorite animals, spirit animals, because they are so like knowledgeable, right? An elephant because they live so long, right? So they see so many things, and an owl because their head just turns 360 degrees, so they can always see around them, very aware. So we got the elephant 133. So this is definitely some kind of gift that's been passed down generation, right? Even if some people do not notice. A lot of us have magical people in our family, right? But unfortunately, magic has a hard time mixing with Christianity. And so when Christianity is so big and then you are magical inside, and basically the Bible kind of denounces magic. I mean, it literally does, from regular humans, like we're not allowed. Then it kind of creates this conflict, and it keeps you from really learning the skills that you have to learn. Like, people are so scared of the unknown and what might happen because of what people have told them or what they have read in a book. And so Spirit is telling me to tell you right now that God is within you. Nobody else can determine your relationship that you have with your God. And I am using, again, because I know I get a lot of new people on my channels because they're small. But God is not to be defined. Who we defined as God are literally our guides, our angel guides, our ancestors, our whatever you worship, even if, or whatever you celebrate, even if you are somebody that believes that Jesus died for your sins or whatever the case may be, then Jesus is a Fours, kind of like a guide, an ancestor in your life, basically. That's how it works. All right, so moving right along. There's been a lot of doubts here. What I'm getting is, right, this is a stingray, right? I'm like not all super animal thing, but this looks like a stingray. Life hurts sometimes. I think that's something that we um, fail to realize, right? I'm also getting that turning your back on somebody is gonna sting, and this is really like turning your back on the communication that you have with this person or this thing. It does look like there is something that you have been doing in secret that spirit wants you to stop, because spirit is like, oh yeah, well, at this point you should know better. Like you shouldn't be doing anything like that. All right. One sec. All right, so we're gonna pull some cards for 33. Got the 9 of Cups here. For the 3, Spirit. 3 of Wands. That's in the upright position. And then we got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so 9 of Cups is, this 9 of Cups is in reverse. Okay. Yeah. All right, so this 4 threes definitely feels like you have been using your talents and skills for something other than they're supposed to be used for. Some of you guys may have been doing it in secret, whatever. But if you do keep going this way, it will backfire. Let me tell you why, right? The more you know, the more you are responsible for. You can't know information and then be like, oh, well, nobody knows I know this, so I can act like I don't know, and I could behave like an ignorant person, like somebody who isn't knowledgeable. And so that's not how it works. Like, you will be held accountable for your knowledge. Hell, we get karma for shit we didn't even know we would get karma for. So definitely knowing that something is wrong and doing it anyway, you're going to face heavy karma. And so Spirit is like, there's a lot that's being done in the dark that you do need to turn your back on. The 3 of Wands is literally about turning your back. Turning your back on these secrets. Turning your back on things, people, situations, experiences that are holding on to you and holding back. Because for the most part, this is some stagnant, stagnant energy. This is like, Spirit's like, hold on. You don't get to move yet, right? The 4 of Pentacles is definitely a vibe of being held back, not being able to go. Or you guys may be really in this like very, very slow momentum. It's like everything is moving at a snail's pace, because there are some things you need to turn your back on. So getting into this right here, this 3 of Wands and the key, right? And that key even has a what is that, a heart? Okay, so y'all might be keeping secrets with somebody that you care about. I'm just telling you that's not going to work out for you. Right? Now, you don't got to tell nobody business, and I'm all for if somebody tell you a secret to keep it to yourself, right? But there are some things that you can't continue to associate with, right? It's like if you find out your bestie is trans, right? And you have I don't know, you have other close friends that are transphobic. It's just like, that's cool, and you could keep that secret and all of that from them, but like, just know that that energy is rubbing off on you. And when you're around your other friends that those friends don't agree with, they can feel that, because you were sitting around listening to people dog this person out or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, that's the only example. My mind came up with that example. So it definitely may be some kind of conflict between two entities, groups, people that you care about. And I'm going to say it again, sometimes life stinks. Sometimes things are not going to be perfect, and it's not going to be wrapped up in a nice little bow. Like, sometimes life can just get plain old shitty, right? And the fact of the matter is that we have to be accountable for our actions. And you can no longer save this person from their accountability. That is it. So the big number here, right? Because 4 times 3 is 12, which literally equals 3. So 3 is a huge number here. We got 4 threes, which comes to the number 3, right? And I always talk about the number 12 because I really like that number as encouragement, right? One being your willpower, the fire that you have under your ass to do the things that you want and need to do. That's what one is all about. And 2 is our spiritual connection. And also, you got 1, 2 equaling 3. So we're trying to, Spirit's trying to push you on to the next step. It's let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's get it. Let's go. Like we count to 3, let's do it. Right? So there is definitely a lot of apprehension here, and I do hope that you guys overcome that because you do deserve happiness, right? I do want to talk about this 9 of Cups because it is showing up in reverse, right? And I'm feeling betrayal, right? That ten of Swords is not even surprising to me. That's the worst part about it, because what I'm getting is that this is not using your skill correctly, knowing that you need to use it, knowing what you need to do. And then the 9 of Cups in reverse is kind of like some kind of gluttony, overindulgence. Um, it's kind of like living your life the way you want to live it with no concern for anybody else and even really no concern for yourself, right? If you eat too much, you are going to be like you're gonna have a difficult time, like because you're gonna gain weight and it's gonna be hard. If you spend too much money, you're gonna be broke, right? If you drive too fast, you might crash. Like when you go overboard, when you are doing things in excess, it can end tragically. And what I get is that somebody is living their life in excess. And it's time to turn your back on them, but you're really holding on to this energy because you feel like, okay, well, eventually they'll get their shit together. Like, okay, and eventually they will. Then when they do, they can come back then and you can forgive them then. But when you are walking next to somebody who is doing the wrong thing, you're going to get hit with their karma too, right? If you walking in the middle of the street with your friend because they say, hey, I like to walk in the middle of the street. I don't care if the car is coming. Like, you might get hit too. Let's be smart. Let's be smart about this. I mean, Spirit is like, y'all need to go. Look at all these 7s. Okay. So we got the King of Cups, the Chariot, and the 7 of Cups. I like this deck, my very first deck of tarot cards. So to me, these cards always read as newbie, being a beginner, not really asserting your kind of like assumptions. When we have experiences in life, we just kind of go with like, oh yeah, I know how this works, I know how this happened, I know how that happened, I've experienced that before. But when you're new to a situation and experience that you haven't, your mind is open to everything that it could be. So Spirit wants you to go back into that mindset, one that I like to call like a childlike mindset, because children, like their minds are open to the possibilities. That's why we let kids dream. They say they want to be an astronaut and the president of the United States and they want to be a heart surgeon. Okay, baby, you know what? If you really want to do that, you can do all those things. They'll figure it out eventually that that's a lot of fucking work. If they want to do anything with their lives, they're not going to be doing all of that. But the point is that, see, since their mind allowed them to dream of all of these things, they have their choice in it. Whereas being told, oh, well, you just need to pick one and you need to decide and then figure out years later that that's not what you want, right? So that's one thing with having an open mind, because a lot of times as adults, we don't do things because we're like, oh, well, I'm not going to get no money out of that. It's a waste of time. And it's not that everything is about money. It's just that we got bills to pay. We got rent. We got our car note. We got light bills, gas bills, phone bills, kids. We have shit to pay. And so sometimes we can get distracted in life and taking care of business instead of like living our destiny. And that's what I'm here for, right? Because I want you guys to live out your destiny, because life can be so painful. And it's kind of like, okay, what if you ran track, right? And they're like, okay, we got this the 400-meter dash, right? We got the 400-meter dash. And then as soon as you hit the 300 meters, they're like, okay, 400 meters, let's start again. And it's just like, okay, but I haven't made it to the finish line. It's just like things keep getting pushed out more and more and more and more, right? I have no idea where that came from, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So we got the King of Cups here. Is King of Cups can be very emotional. King of Cups feels a lot, feels so much, but keeps it to himself unless it can be useful, right? So what I'm getting here is that this isn't anything positive. This is like dealing with somebody's energy who they know exactly which buttons to press to manipulate you. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are water signs or you have a lot of sensitive energy, right? So having a lot of water in you, or having like a bunch of 2s or 6s in your numerology chart, can call for a lot of sensitivity. It can make you, and by sensitivity, I mean empath, right? You feel other people's feelings. You know what they're going through. And at the end of the day, it has an effect on you. Why? Because you're an empath. If you feel what other people are feeling, then damn, if they hurt, you hurt too. And that kind of sucks. It's an illusion, though. It's an illusion. Spirit says, as soon as you decide to venture off into the unknown and let this go, let whatever, somebody has got you wrapped into some kind of codependency, whether that's with the job, family, whether it's with the place that you live, whatever the case may be. But it's definitely given a very Four of Pentacles vibe, like somebody won't let go. That sticker is really stuck to me anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up for 3333. Make sure that you guys are turning your back on anything that is not representative of what you want and who you want to be. And then remember that life is not going to always be easy. Sometimes it hurts. Okay, that's all I have, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Make sure you are subscribed to my other channels, and leave your experiences below in the comments. I will see you guys next time.